Hello to all you science fiction fans out there. Now, there's this guy on YouTube who likes to make these videos that deal with science fiction and with science reality. You know who you are. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. And what he likes to do is talk about the possibility of, in real life, of having the same things that we have in science fiction. And he gets all into various mathematical equations and analyzes all the various devices. Particularly, from the videos I've seen, he likes to talk about lasers and blasters and disintegration rays, nukes, electromagnetic radiation, you name it. That's the kind of stuff he likes to make videos about, and he uses some great special effects, he shows some great clips, and he scientifically explains the possibility behind it. It's almost like you could say Mythbusters applied to the science fiction realm, to the future realm. And let me tell you this guy is great, and if he's watching this, you know who you are. I'd like to say you're terrific. Now, in one of his videos, he does talk about the different colors of energy weapons and lasers that you see in science fiction, and that in real life, that color, that it's your blue and your violet color with shorter wavelength, which would have more power than a red and orange, which with their longer wavelength, and that there is an equation, a special equation, which you can actually plug into that and take the wavelength, and waves of shorter wavelength, they do have more power, but it costs more energy to create those waves. Like a violet laser is going to cost you more energy to create a violet laser than, say, a red laser. So I would think that it would even out. But aside from all that, the fact of the matter is, in science fiction, color doesn't make a difference in the power of your weapon. Other factors that determine the power, such as the mass, the size of your weapon. A bigger weapon is usually going to be more powerful. But in science fiction, your shorter wave yellow laser, your phaser that shoots out a shorter wave yellow laser,
Your prayers, old man.
is not necessarily going to be more powerful than your phaser that has a longer wave red laser. And if anything, the purpose of having different colored lasers and all that is to tell them apart, to know who's firing. Just like with the lightsabers. It was blue's the good guys and red's the bad guys. And that way, when they're having sword fights, you know who you can tell the swords apart. That's what that was all about. And then in Return of the Jedi, green lightsaber looked better on the sailboard scene, so they added green. But really, color, it's all equal in the science fiction realm. It is. What does determine power? Well, as I said, the mass, the size of your weapon is going to determine power. That this is obviously not going to be anywhere as powerful as this. Why? Not because of color, because of size. That planet-smashing superweapon is much bigger. It takes an entire space station to power it, much more powerful than your hand blaster. So there's the size and also the technology level.
Armed with ancient ball and powder muskets?
That's what their weapons look like, sir.
Muskets are appropriate to the 1790 to 1800 French Army uniform, sir. But it is hardly a weapon by our standards. A lead ball propelled by gunpowder, 100 meters at best with any accuracy.
Yeah, but against phasers? Just one of our hand phasers could finish off an entire regiment.
Except for one thing. It hardly sounds like Q to give us an advantage like that.
Unless...
No, those were not muskets. If you saw the entire episode, you'd know that those were not muskets that they were using. But the fact remains that that little hand phaser that fits into the palm of your hand is much more powerful than that big musket. Why? Because the hand phaser is much more advanced. So, as we can tell, it's the size and the technology level, that's what determines the power of your weapons. Now, in real life, 100 watts, 100-watt violet laser, it's going to take just as much energy to create a 100-watt violet laser as it will to create a 100-watt red laser, and they're both going to read out at 100 watts. One isn't more powerful than the other, provided that you're putting the same amount of energy through it. X equals X. You got an X amount of energy, you are going to get an X amount of energy out of it. You can't create energy from nothing. So it's always a trade-off, always a balance. And maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm not one of those experts. I'm not a science teacher such as that guy who I was mentioning earlier who makes those great videos. I understand he once taught science. I've never taught science. So I could be wrong about this, but from what I know, I do some work with electronics and with lasers. But I think you got amazing videos. I think you've done really well. I want you to keep up the good work. I can't wait to see more of your videos. So I would just like to say, keep up all the good work. I love all those videos you make about lightsabers, about phasers, and about sonic screwdrivers. So, to all you science fiction fans, I'd like to say thank you for watching my video. You all take care. Bye-bye.